The more I observe, the more I want to play this game. There's a surprising amount of depth to it. It really does. I've not played it much, but I couldn't possibly recommend it more. I am having so much fun with it. We are going to head back to Sunset Spire. 19 hours. Let's head there. I want to check out what's going on over there. Hey, Tiger. One of these days, you must tell me about this creature you defeated within the old walls. I simply must catalogue it. Very well, let's have a chat. How may I serve you today, Fightbinder? What's the status of your research? I'm happy to say I've made great progress. He beams at you and exhales a welcome breath. Allow me to show you my findings. Okay. Lots of scrolls. Recipe. Old water. This recipe will allow you to make old water with access to a Spire infirmary. Upgrade and proper materials. Okay. And the scrolls are just stuff. Dunk. New Spire infirmary recipe available. Old water can be created with access to a Spire infirmary, upgrade and proper materials. Very well. Our status of your research. We're not currently researching anything. I've just been sorting, organizing, trying to stay out from underfoot. I want you to research something though. Research items, research artifacts, research potion recipe, shield plans, sigil scroll. I mean, I could research sigil scrolls. Conduct research to learn new magical accents, expressions, and cores. Research magic sigil. Recruits needed at library 3. Need 4, need 4, research artifacts. Well, I could research items. Or I could just go ahead with this one. I would kind of like to research that one. Right, chat, those of you who know, if I research this one, does that lock me out of this one? Or can I just come back to that when I have the necessary people to research it? And Kenny, thank you very much for the 54 months. Bloody hell. Time flies when in good company and great tea. I'm glad to have you amongst us. I hope you enjoy the stream. I'm also glad to hear that you got good tea. Take care, Velociraptor. Right, we're going to go over this, as it doesn't appear that it's going to lock us out, so crack on. Right. Kills in Shadow wants to chat, so let's have a chat. Well, before then, Nominal. Thank you very much for the Switch Prime. 18 months. Thank you, mate. This and Disco Elysium are probably the two best cRPGs in ages. I haven't even looked at Disco Elysium. Maybe I should. Stonestalk is still roam-free, but even with quakes from Moaning Mystic, can see Azure lands are becoming more dangerous for Tribe. Humans adept, even to roiling landscapes, will travel and hunt for Beastwoman, even in toughest of times. Humans adapt even to roiling landscapes. So there are still some beastmen living in the Stone Sea. I'd heard your kind was nearly extinct.
Stonestalkers are weak. Starve. Die to humans. Kills in Shadow is fast, strong. Best hunter protects pack.
She sets her shoulders and puffs out her chest, daring you to contradict her. Sure, I'll use my law. Not a Stonestalker, right? So why?
Is true. Am Shadow Hunter from Havenlands, but am last of Tribe.
She dips her head in thought, long tongue laving dried blood from her bottom lips. She worries the lip between her fangs, and bright, fresh blood beads anew.
After Tribe was slain, Kills in Shadow looked to Stonelands, stalking on long hunts for disfavored, but soon became needed by weak whelps, by Stonestalkers who had been slaves and had not learned how best to Featbinder who smells of alpha iron and death has come to help Pack. Maybe he can save Left Claw. Maybe Pack will not slaughter Fatebinder today.
Okay, there's a lot of discrepancy between them. But okay. Will help Kills in Shadows old Pack. Maybe can save Left Claw. Maybe Beastwoman will not slaughter Fatebinder today. She flicks an ear. Blood red eyes narrowing in response. I'm gonna growl and bare my teeth. Her top lip peels back in a snarl.
Left Claw, Packrunt, was hunted. Caught by humans. Is chained in burrow called Plains Gate. Help! Free Beastman, or humans will drape Packrunt's skin by fireside like prize.
But please, no. Lie. Fine, I'll help the beast. No. No, we're going to help Kills in Shadow. Probably above most of my other companions simply because of the background that we set our character up with. Look, I'll try, but it'll be difficult if the settlers are out for blood. I'll speak to them and see what options we have. Massive calloused palm cups the back of your neck as the Beastwoman drags you forward. Her sweaty forehead presses to your own, and her pungent breath assaults your nose.
Human alpha will not fail.
Eyes closed, she exhales a hot, musky sigh, and for once, she sounds more hopeful than threatening.
Fatebinder wants Beastwoman?
Oh, God. The reek of an unwashed feral animal, bloodied and battle-worn, swathes you like a wet blanket, and you breathe through your mouth to keep from retching. We should Stargate. I don't even... Wow. Let's play a game. Let's not. Fatebinder wants you to bathe. We should strategize how best to deal with our enemies and our allies. What can you tell me about Left Claw? We're totally going to dodge this as best we can. We are dodging bullets for our life right now. Left Claw is good whelp. Hunts ironclads for Kills in Shadow. Hunts for revenge. Alpha has plans to help Left Claw for Kills in Shadow. Yep. Would not want to upset Beastwoman. Yep. Also, talking about not upsetting Beastwomen, Tilly wants to go out. Come on then. And I am back. Right, there we are. Tilly is up. She's having food. Right. Had any good hunts lately?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
I love the way. That's amazing. Beastwoman flexes and curls her claws in the air, the pitch blackness of them suddenly striking, a stark reminder of their power, their ability to kill.
Waded up deep, murky stream near disfavored camp. Paw pawed in mud of bank, but did not leave tracks. Crept low and quiet to tent flap, scenting with tongue. Caught ironclads and dragged, squirming like hurt rabbits, into cold black depths of river.
She grins, boastful and filled with bloodlust.
Disfavored cannot swim like Beastwoman, only can sing.
I mean, that's a good strategy, to be fair. Fatebinder wants his bait? No. Let's play a game. I want your opinion on something. We should strategize how best to deal with our enemies and our allies. Sure.
Best way is with bloodshed, yep.
She grins wide, tongue lolling across her gleaming blade-sharp teeth.
Fatebinder has many allies. More enemies. Which do Fatebinder and Kills in Shadow hunt today?
Let's talk about Kyros and the Archons. Let's discuss those in the tiers who seek to defy Kyros. More about the Beastman tribes. Do you know anything about the magical guilds in the tiers? This is good. This is a good chat, actually. Getting a lot of information here. Let's talk about the Archons and Kyros. She snuffs and snorts more, splitting wide in excitement.
Fatebinder's old tribe. Packs turned prey.
Okay. What do you know of the disfavored and Graven Ash?
Disfavored hunt and slave beastwomen. Only predators to rival tribes. Dislike. Admire. Envy skill. Want to stalk. Then want to kill slowly. Make scream.
Okay.
But disfavored do not yowl easily. Have taken killing teeth and throat, carving claws and gut, and survived. Alpha laves pain from pack. Makes pack tougher. Deadly threat.
That would be Graven Ash's Aegis.
You are correct to assume we are the more elite, but do not expend yourself trying to destroy us. We are the arm of the Northern Empire, and you would only bring annihilation upon your race.
I was wondering if Barik would chime in. Okay. Let's go back there and talk about Scarlet Chorus.
Fatebinder's old tribe. Packs turned prey. Archon with many voices is vicious, cunning feral, good, desirable alpha. But Pack is rank, has taint of rotten meat.
Cousin Shadow rakes a curved black claw across the bridge of her snout.
Pack wails, bleeds from relentless infighting. Even bulwarks cannot wrestle whelps into control. Strong are few and feud each other. Rest are many weak chaff. But Archon does not call Pack. Makes aberrant. Dangerous.
Nerat is the cause of the rot in the chorus. That monster is part of it, not outside it. Nerat encourages the chaos and revels in the destruction.
The voices of Nerat is many things, and more than one woman has called that creature desirable. Ask yourself where any of them have gone.
I would rather not, in case I actually get an answer. Okay, finally, let's talk about Tunon.
No chorus and disfavored fear Fatebinders more than chorus and disfavored fear each other.
Thank you, Shilab. Okay. She bares her fangs, darkly pleased.
Means Fatebinders are better war makers? Better blood spillers? Would like to fight other Fatebinders, test prowess of these feared killers. But Fatebinder bows to Tunon. Cannot fight within Pack without answering to Pack's bulwark. Archon cold-blooded mock.
Okay, I should have actually clicked on Bulwark first. The ranking second in command of a beast tribe, a position often held by the most savage of beastwomen. The Bulwark's primary responsibility is to enforce order and obedience within the tribe and carry out the Prima's commands. In the smaller structure of a pack, the Bulwark performs these same duties in loyalty to the Alpha. Good thinking. I'm not worried about that. No, Blood and Mark could literally be watching me have this conversation. I'm going to say good thinking. Because I'm not dumb. She scratches her hairy teeth and bares her blade-sharp fangs at you in self-pleased grin. Let's discuss those in the tiers who seek to defy Kyros.
Humans of Beastwomen lands, humans called Tearsmen, are many roiling maggots that infest, ruin good meat. Clever hunter would crouch behind humans like stone cover during fight with Kyros' tribe. Let Tearsmen die, so Fatebinder and Beastwomen can survive. Win!
Okay, so Cousin Shadow thinks we should just, take a passive stance and wait for the victor, and then kill them whilst they're wounded.
Many humans live in Beastwomen lands. Kills in Shadow knows Tearsmen Pack well.
Okay. Tell me about the Vendring Guard.
No Pack was defeated by Kyros' tribe. was small, easily hunted first time. Struggled, fought back to paws and knees, but could not have won second time. Was like hare challenging wolf.
An interesting analogy.
Oh, cute way of putting it. Though I think Kyros technically has 2 tribes that like to knock us around time and time again.
I'm really loving the way that everyone else is kind of chiming in on Kills and Shadows' observations on the way it all works. What about the Bronze Brotherhood?
Lying kith. Or not brood brothers, use bronze killing claws. Smell of tanned hide, blood, piss, and fire water. Fight like black-striped jackals. Laughing, nimble, reckless. Fight for trinkets, not survival.
What of the Unbroken?
Strongest humans in Beastwoman lands. Earthblood must pump hot fast through veins. Are tenacious, undefeated. Stand tough as mountains, even against disfavored.
Do not get taken in by the Unbroken reputation. The people of Stalwart are fond of rewriting history in favor of a version that fits their sensibilities. Imagine that many people rallying around an idea, a story.
Okay, well, let's speak of something else. She scratches her hairy teeth and bares her blade-sharp fangs at you in self-pleased grin.
Lead conversation. Beastwoman will follow.
Tell me more about the Beastman tribes.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Kills and Shadow scratches a hip, claws raking a rough patch of scar tissue, bisecting the jut of the bone. Thank you very much, Sheelab. I have more tea. Hooray! The dapperness may continue. All right, well, we'll come back to that then. Do you know anything about the magical guilds in the Tears?
Kills and Shadow does not understand human behavior towards mystics. Tribes should value, protect mystics, not treat like outcasts, caitiffs forced into separate packs. Humans fear and snivel, snap at own mystics, until mystics become strong alphas like Archons. Then humans grovel and beg favor. Follow Archons in droves. Maybe Fatebinder understands ways of human mystics better. Maybe not. Ask and discover.
What do you know of the sages? I'm really enjoying hearing what Kills and Shadow thinks of
Strange
people.
pack. Dispersed. Sage humans know each other, but prefer lone wolf travel. Are clever, harder to hunt. Smell of coal ink and rotted trees. Leave beast women alone most times, so Kills and Shadow likes.
What do you know of the Forgebound?
Forgebound are builders, not fighters. Are like slaves to own human pack. Work without rest. Are weak and submissive, but can mold hard grey ore like pressing paw prints into mud.
What do you mean they're like slaves?
Forgebound make better than iron, killing claws and hard pelts all day for kith of other pack. Why give to others if have choice?
Okay, I suppose you could look at it that way. And what grey ore?
Rock, ore, heart and skin of Tyranny. Smells like iron, but is different. Forgebound mold grey ore to give tribes teeth and claws. Carve better, slice deeper than ones of iron and bronze.
What is she referring to there? That's interesting. The Beastwoman snorts and sneezes. Why would you call them weak?
Strong mystics, beast women mystics, use earthblood power to hunt, kill, eat prey, not to be leashed by others.
Okay, so her loyalty was enough there. That's quite good. Alright. Speak of something else. She owns mauve tongue curling between her wide, gaping jaws.
Lead conversation. Beastwoman will follow.
What do you know of the Earthshakers?
Earthshakers draw power from earthblood like stone stalker mystics, like beastwomen. Archaeans pack, yep, are strong, are disfavored. But are tearsmen. Smell more of stone lands, more of earthblood than disfavored, yep.
Have you had past dealings with the Earthshakers?
If by dealings, Fatebinder means hunts and killings, then yep. Earthshakers crushed Shard-Nip tribe in South Stonelands. So Killers in Shadow slaughtered pack of Earthshakers in North near Howling Rock.
Earthbloods, why do you even want to ask? I do, and that's why I'm asking.
Beneath dry soil, wet Earthblood beats, thrums. Fatebinder's ears cannot hear surging blood song.
Does she mean oil?
I'm certain this earthblood is more an arcane or abstract notion, not actual blood in the soil. Her senses are attuned to something we're not seeing.
Interesting. Very interesting. Do you share arcane teachings?
Stonestalker cubs
Excellent.
learn to lap same earthblood that Earthshakers do, but Beastwomen methods are different. Both hunt with same mystic claws, but slashing technique varies.
Well, that's all I need to know. That's very interesting. And we only got that information because of her loyalty.
Lead conversation. Beastwoman will follow.
Hey Ica, how you doing, mate? Now I'm kind of braced for her telling us no to this one.
Beastwomen mystics are rare, honored, powerful. Can hear and scent lifeblood in earth, air, sea, and shadows. Are strongest and smartest of Beastwomen, of all creatures, even Archons.
Okay, that's a bold claim. And would you happen to be one of these powerful Beastwomen? I don't think so. That being said, she is the last of her tribe and surviving everything. But if they're stronger than Archons, I could only imagine that she's referring to something else. Which tribe has the strongest mystics?
Shadow hunters. At best, mystics could seep into shadows, could control darkness, could suffocate, kill.
Uh-huh, but now? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to wound her pride. I see.
Beastwoman, too, sees many things.
Okay. Let's speak of other matters.
Lead conversation. Beastwoman will follow.
Yeah, Ica, the ferrets are doing all fine. They're doing fine. Ciri is... she just cut her gum, probably on a bone. Occasionally they'll get a bone caught between their teeth. And honestly, I even suspect it wasn't actually the bone that cut her gum, but she clawed it while trying to pull the bone out. So that's all it was. And as with any kind of mouth wound, it healed within an hour. There was like nothing. Like the bleeding had stopped within, well, by the time I'd gotten to the cage, but there was just a lot of blood there. But she's fine. She didn't seem in any kind of discomfort. She was happy to use her mouth, use her tongue. Those are the things I was worried about, but like just letting her bounce around and groom herself and just play, it was clear that she wasn't bothered in any way, and there was no discomfort from whatever wound had been there. So just one of those things that happened. And once she was back in the cage with her sisters and her brother, they groomed her clean. You know, half an hour later, you wouldn't have even known it had happened, despite how covered in blood she was to begin with. So it's probably something that occasionally happens. I just don't know of it. So.
What now does Fatebinder wish to yip about?
With sharp-tipped claws, she picks a bug from beneath her teeth. Between her teeth. Okay, I'm good. Never mind. Pumpkinkin. Hello, Aavak. It's been a while. I think last time I was in here was Robocraft Days. Oof, it has been a long while then, yeah. Right, return to the wild. Stone Sea. Hidden Truths. Sage offered you valuable information. Bassetia, the Weight of the Aegis. About the Age of Forgebound. Stone Sea. And also Blood Trophy. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff we want to do in the Stone Sea. I think it's finally time we bring Barik with us. Okay. Who are we going to exchange? Barik, let's have a chat, you and I.
You look as if you have something on your mind. By all means.
Placing his weapon to his side, Barik salutes you. The joints of his armor groan in protest.
What can I do for you?
Actually, we'll talk later. I don't need to talk to him, do I? I can set up the party from here, I believe. In-game menu, world map, missives. Select all party members. Yeah, Ciri's fine. Ciri's perfectly fine. There should be a way that I can change my party around. Maybe I need to talk to someone here first. Do I want to drop Ciri from the group for now? Kills and Shadows should come. Barik should come. These are two people that absolutely need to be there. I could drop this for now. Maybe bring along Ebb.
You look as if you have something on your... What can I do for you?
Seem to like more than cable fighting. Tell me about the teas. I'd like... Suda back, we're leaving. Oh, right, it was one of the great options.
If you would have me travel at your side, then I am not opposed to seeing more of this degenerate realm. Onward.
Okay. So...
I will meet you at the Spire.
Okay.
Goodbye to you too.
I'm... Oh... Kills in Shadow, because we're going to be doing stuff for Kills in Shadow. Barik, because we're going to be doing stuff for Barik. Me, obviously. Or can I take myself out? No, I can't, unfortunately. I could bring... really any of these, but I'm not sure who would be the best person to talk with... Bled and Mark's individual. Maybe Lantry or Sirin, I'm thinking. Sirin may have additional information to offer regarding the Forge Bound. Simply because Sirin is herself a slave. And it seems it's something she's trying to fight against. Sirin would probably be more inclined with Barik's way of thinking. I'm going to give this choice to chat. Lantry or Sirin? I think it comes down to these two. Who you think would be best in this party? Oh, this tea is amazing. All tea is amazing, but this tea is particularly amazing because I didn't have tea before I had this tea. Therefore, this tea is amazing. So good.
Let's
okay.
go.
Sirin it is
There's
then.
so much of the world I haven't seen.
Oh, you'll get to see quite a lot of it.
Yes.
I mean, you can see an awful lot from up here. Don't you appreciate the view? Oh, Barik, I need to spend some skill points for you, my man. All right, then. Now, how are you equipped, Barik? It's been a long bloody time. Well, I need to give you some more stuff. Food and drink. Do I really not have any food? Oh, the potions, rather. Okay, potions it is. Some cheese. I would mind something that will give you healing. Sure, that's a healing potion. You can have that. There you are. Done and done. Cleansing charm. Purifying. Immunity to poison. Nice. Studded iron gorget. Parrying. Good. You've pretty much got sword and board or two-hander. If I have a look at what you've got set up. Striking iron, enragement attack, requires 1 talent point spent in Punisher Tree. Got fierce demeanor, requires 1 talent point spent. Barik becomes an intimidating force on the battlefield. Enemies nearby Barik have their resolve reduced. What exactly is resolve again? What is resolve? So, Finesse. Resolve. Resolve determines a character's ability to endure physical and mental challenges. Resolve is the primary attribute used to derive the endurance, will, and magical defense. It also increases the duration of afflictions applied by the character. Okay. And over in Sentinel, issue a mocking invitation challenging enemies to attack Barik. Retribution. Clash of Iron requires 1 talent point. After using Clash of Iron, Barik will attack twice with his normal strikes for a short time. Seasoned Veteran allows Barik to engage an additional enemy. Seasoned Veteran 1 further increases the number of enemies that Barik can engage. We've also got Stance, Phalanx. Fight defensively, gaining a bonus to armor. I like this. Yes, we're going to grab you. Shield Wall. Increases the defensive benefits from shields. Yes, you are our tank, after all. Sound of War. Barik's Clash of Iron bolsters the strength of his nearby allies, granting them a bonus to armor for a short time. Defender's Wrath. Barik and nearby party members take reduced damage. Ooh. Defender's Charge requires 6 talent points. Leap to the aid of an ally, taunting enemies nearby. Bond of Honor. Bond with an ally, sharing the damage that they receive. While the bond lasts, both Barik and his bondmate gain might and vitality. Heroic Defense. Once per combat, when Barik's health reaches a critical level, he will be healed instantly. Yes. I approve. Need 9 points down there. I will also take this. There we are. We are building Barik into a literal tank. Loon Clouds. I'm going for a moment, but everyone else have a good evening. Oh, take care. I hope you enjoy your evening. Right, so with all of that, we really... We're going sword and board. So... We've got 4 points to upgrade. 1 point to upgrade might, plus 3 attack and ability strength, plus 3 endurance defense. We've got wits, we've got resolve. I think having resolve up would be very nice. It will give you a little bit more lore as well. There's vitality, 1 point to upgrade vitality to 15, plus 5 bonus health, plus 3 will defense, plus 1 armor deflection. I'm going to put a point in there. I don't really care for quickness too much. Currently, I've got massive negatives, though, for this, which is not great. I might just pull those negatives down to nothing. So I've not got a malice for Barik. Yeah, we're going to pop one into resolve then. There we go. Control life. You've got a decent amount in there. Parry is really nice now. Parry skill defends against melee attacks and spells. Higher skill ranks will reduce damage from enemy attacks and may lead them to miss altogether. And he's got a very high parry, which is really nice. Okay, there you go, Barik. Welcome. Right, I guess I should go and check on skills. Let's get rid of all of your spells. Whomp, can I reset? I would like to remove. Yes. Remove. Yes. Right, what do we want for Barik to have? Tim's Cause, we've got Sigil of Life, Fire. I wouldn't mind Barik being able to cast some potent spells for his own buffing his armor and arms and the like. I have points to put in the skills as well, do I? I don't appear to. No, I can only lock them or unlock them. I've spent all the attributes, and I've spent the points in here. I think I've used them all up. Do correct me if I'm wrong about that, chat. But as for Barik, let's have a look then. Sigil of Vigor infuses a target with energy, enhancing the mind or body with greater power. Vigor can be highly addictive to weaker minds. Ambitious mages in Kyros court have been known to use doses of Vigor to enthrall courtiers, building networks of power and influence based on their target's desperate need for more of the spell. Material Force. You know what this would make? Polish Arms. 4 armor penetrated by attacks for 45 seconds. Range 4 meters. Attack skill, control vigor, and law. Reinforce an ally's weapon, granting armor penetration to weapon attacks. That's 50. That would take it up to 70, unfortunately. But that is quite interesting, though. I would like to see what everything can do with this. So, static charge. On weapon crit. Plus 10% shock damage on hit for 45 seconds. Imbue a weapon with shocking energy, granting additional shock damage to attacks and triggering electric explosions on weapon critical hits. This seems to have a natural radius AoE for it as well, which is actually quite cool. Foe target versus endurance, minus 20% move speed. That's not a particularly potent one, in my opinion. Got illusion. That one can't be applied to a weapon. Nor can force. Nor can this, unfortunately, because that would be kind of funny. I'm going to hit you with my staff of life! Suddenly, body is torn asunder as a tree just kind of grows out of the space where your body once took. Some of the limbs resemble arms and legs. There's a weird, knotty growth that almost looks like a face in the middle. Oh, Belial, I'm sorry to hear that your Monday's not going so well. I hope it gets better, mate. It talks about when flame causing attacks made with it to deal additional fire damage, but it doesn't seem to do anything else. Unless I add this. I wonder if I can add that to other ones. I can. That is crazy. That is bonkers crazy. So I could make a, just a higher armor penetration. Also, by the way, when you smack things really hard, it causes just a line of fire. Nonsense. But glorious nonsense. I could make Aavak more of a team buff character. Focused intent, proximate action, expressions used to create spells that generate aura around the guidance. 10% hit precision. Character's precision determines the chance that when attacking a target, after the hit result is determined, the hit will be upgraded to a higher hit result. For example, a graze will be converted to a hit. Precision is granted by some gloves. Plus 20% graze precision. So there's a 10% that a hit will become a crit, I guess, and a 20% chance that a graze will become a hit. That would make sense, yeah. This one is a cone. Plus 2 resolve. Plus 30% damage. That one's not too bad. Titan's touch. Vitality. Now these two aren't bad, but I don't really think that that's necessarily something I need for him. Spells, distant targets. No, ones with cones. I do want Barik to have spells that Barik can use close quarters on the enemies that he's fighting. So damage 12 to 19 raw versus will. Days affliction. Recovery increased by 50%, so they'll be slower when attacking. Stunned, parry, and dodge reduced by 30, so it makes it harder for them to fight back. Overwhelming minds of nearby foes. Is there anything else we can put in here? Bleeding affliction. I'm not quite high enough to be able to get that. An interrupt would be nice, but I'm also not quite high enough to get that. Cooldown would be a lot lower if I used this, which might be a good one to go for. Or I could really bump up how long it lasts. Possibly. Make it a wider cone, but that would be a little bit too expensive. I could make it a long... well... So, radius and arc. Actually, that might not be a bad call. Or I could just go for a stronger... No, I don't need the strength. Okay, there we go. Sure, we'll assign that to Barik. There you go. We want stuff that's going to make our tank more tanky, basically. As for force, again, cone spells. Oh, suppose some like this. Immune to prone for 3 seconds, radius 5 meters, pulse rate every 3 seconds, recovery 1.75. So for 30 seconds, make us immune to prone. Generate an aura around the target that prevents allies from being knocked prone. That might be very useful for someone on the front. But that's already crazy expensive. Tidal Burst, Dazed Affliction, 4 meter push. It's a pulse of concussive force, blasting enemies back. Ooh. Got Sigil of Rooting, accent that adds the rooting affliction to a force, and atrophy spells. Well, is there a version of this that I can make that isn't super expensive? Oh, there is. That one isn't... no, I don't think he should be rooting things, honestly. A little bit too expensive still. Tidal Burst, so we can push things back, maybe. That won't be too bad. Sure. There you go. Leafing on the quote that Belial recently added. Aavak clearly learned this word recently to avoid copper. You know, that would be much more funny if it wasn't kind of true and thus incredibly sad. If there weren't a lot of people who were now swearing in their videos specifically to have a defense against any potential copper claims. And it is so tragic. So incredible tragic. Expression used to create spells that affect all targets within a circular area. Generate an aura. Mantle of Flames. Immunity to Frozen? No, we want this one, I think. That is way too expensive, though. Mage Fire. Causes burn damage over time. Got a good interrupt on it. I could add Frost Fire for ridiculous amounts of cost. So we're not going to do that. But this one is definitely one that would benefit from being strengthened. Whether or not it really be that useful, though. I mean, actually having damage abilities, I think Barik would be better set having more abilities that prevent enemies from getting too difficult to deal with. When a character is attacked and the hit result has been determined, the target's deflection percentage is checked. Deflection can reduce an attack by 1 hit result, e.g. a graze can be converted to a miss. So yeah, I think this one might be a good one to go for. We can probably make it quite strong as well. Yeah, 42. So at that point, a hit will almost have a 50-50 chance of being turned into a graze, and a graze will have a 50-50 chance of just being gotten rid of altogether. That's actually a pretty powerful one. We could even make it last for a full minute. There's no reason to, though, because the cooldown is already significantly good. We could make it even faster. But there's absolutely no reason to stack it like that. No, this is definitely one to be used on us, and I'll make it as strong as I can, I guess. So there we go. Makes sense. Rex Noctis, just stopping by to leave this here. Got work early tomorrow, so can't hang around tonight. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rex, but I hope you will enjoy the VODs on YouTube. And hey, Apple Fumble, how you doing, mate? Oh, the Peepo emotes. Kind of makes me sad, considering the Twitter earlier, the tweet she sent out earlier about not streaming anymore. Much sad, actually. I am the sad now. Damn it. Okay, so that's a self-buff. This is for attacking others. Should I go for another self-buff? of some sort. Or should I go for a heal? Actually, a healing aura, my lord. You're almost at the point where you could have a healing aura. Every 3 seconds, 4% health for 30 seconds, so you'd get 40 health back over time. Yeah, that would be amazing. This is going to be a long time. 10% maximum health for 45 seconds. Removes a random hostile effect. And this is pulse rate every 3 seconds, duration 14 seconds. Oh, you'd need a much higher donation to make that worth doing. Allied area effect. Allied AoE plus 10% maximum health for 63 seconds and removes a random hostile effect. Radius 8. So that would be a very expensive one, but damn would it be nice. You'd want it to be a lot faster though. Oof. Yeah, we're not... That's just, you know, thinking about the future. But okay, we could have Barik be able to heal himself. Almost. 38 there, I guess. Drop the cooldown, maybe? Almost. Instead of having extra strength, we could cast it more often. For 31 health instead of 38. Yeah, honestly, that one's not a bad spell. For Barik to be able to self-heal. I'm doing well, thanks, Apple Fumble. Thank you very much for asking. What's Barik's strongest control skill? Well, let me assign this first. I don't think it's any of these, actually. Control... Oh, actually, control life is fairly high, and control vigor. So, Barik... Oh, actually, control lightning was there. I mean, you could have an electrified weapon. Instead of spectral blur. But I'd be okay with him starting to learn these skills. But I think that's a good set of a Barik. For now. I think this is solid.